Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jersey and today I'm bringing you my second build in Aloft and I'm excited about this one. Now this one is not like the tower, not something so big and elaborate, but this one is about making a little stable for the animals that we are collecting here in Aloft. Now I like this little area here. Again, I need a bigger island. I'm just gonna say I need a bigger island. Please do not forget that when you're watching this video that you can slow it down on YouTube. Just go ahead and mute it when you're trying to follow it along. It will help you a lot more better, to be able to follow it and have fun with it. But my idea was I got the tower. And when you walk down the tower, I want the exit of the tower to kind of fall in line with the stable where we're going to have the animals, right? Because we're trying to create like a little tiny area here, village, something here, right, in this little island. And at first I wanted to make it small. Small was not gonna work. I tried to go medium. Medium was gonna be a really off because the way that I wanted to work, there were a couple sequences that I needed to make sure to do. So this is the best sequence that I had, especially when I wanted to have the two little windows in the top, because you want to have a really nice design, right? So if you have more space, you can make this happen. If you don't have the space and you still like this idea, so you can probably go about the middle section and go to the first two windows and that's it. Don't go to the other ones. Now I guess I could have done that too, but in the beginning I was like I didn't know and I just wanted to make it work. So this is the best thing that we came up with, right? Okay, so as you can see, we're working on the foundation at first, and we gotta take out all these trees. One of the great things about Aloft that I still love is that you can actually build clip the way the trees are coming in through the stuff. So if you really want to be elaborate and work on something really cool, I love this. I love that you can put the floor and things are still going through it. So Aloft developers, do not change that, okay? Everything that you can let us do to utilize in our designs, it's always gonna be a plus, right? Okay, so as you can see, I'm working over here. I'm deleting some of the pieces where I imagine that we're gonna have like these entrances. At first, I want to do these entryways, but I kind of took that out. They were supposed to go down into the steps and come down as well, just kind of like what we have in the middle, but we were gonna have two on the side. But the way my island is and the space that I ended up having, I actually retracted that idea and worked on something else. So you're gonna see that more at the end. So over here, what we're trying to do is I wanted to do like the outside decking. We did it with wood, and the middle runway we're gonna do it with stone, also to have a little bit of a contrast, just that way everything doesn't look just so brown, right? So that's what we're doing right over here. Now as you can see over here, I had to do the steps and I had to do it 3 of them because the way the stones don't clip together, developers, that might be done on purpose, but sometimes it doesn't work as well. But I'm glad also that if you change it to manual, you can actually put 3 things in. So again, developers, thank you so much. I mean, truly you guys have thought about like making things work for us in a little better way, and I'm grateful for that. Because as you can see, the stone one kind of leaves a little gap. I'm not a fan of the gap, but once you change it to manual, you can actually put a 3rd one in. You just gotta play with it and it will land right there. So yes, I'm excited because not a lot of games let you do what the developers are letting you do here. And again, I am a fan when we can kind of overlap things, clip things in to fill sometimes weird gaps. So as you can see there, it took me a moment, but we ended up getting it. Now, if you're doing this particular design, I did it with the stairs like this. One of them is going down, the other one's going up. It's just because of the layout of my little island and the transition that is going to happen in here. Yours can go both down, yours can go both up. You don't have to have any stairs, you don't have to have an opening on the side if you just want it only the entryway to be in the middle. So truly, you don't have to do what I'm doing on the sides here once you kind of finish watching this, right? Now, this piece right here, developers, creators of I love this beautiful game that I'm really loving it. We need this in wood, okay? We need this in wood because I would love to have more control like this when it comes to this particular pillars. I love the other system. Please do not take it away. People are doing amazing things, but it'd be great to have a little wood block pillar like this in all the colors, of course, every color, every wood, and any color that you can give us. But I would love to see this little technique in wood because it really it really helps us to be a little more structured when we're building and getting the right height every single time, because it is really hard to do it with the other technique. But the other technique is really great when you're doing a lot of freestyle builds and adding things in different places, and that never take it away. But I would love to see this particular technique right here, this particular piece, also in wood, and any size would be great as well, because it will be amazing. Again, I'm just kind of putting things out there just in case they're listening, right? Okay, so as you can see, we're doing all these pillars. This is where we're gonna put like the little divisions for the little stall area. Again, we don't have like a halfway gate. We have doors, but doors don't work for a stable, not in my mind. I could not figure it out. And even if you kind of click down the door half, you still have a little stuff on the top, so you can't really make it work. It doesn't feel. So this is half wall right here is the best one that I could kind of figure out. And then what we're gonna do is clip in a little bit of this door and window frames in here, and this is how we're gonna get this look for the stables. And I think this works really great. Again, now if we had the little stone block like we have in the wood, then we can actually do this without the door frame, and it kind of might have been better. We could have like worked a couple things in a little different, but this actually worked out really good. Again, in another trial and error that I did, I was trying to see what happens if I bring this down, but again, it just is. You can put the door halfway down, halfway better, but it doesn't look right. But it would have been great if the stables, like we had like little halfway doors and it will open kind of like little gates, because and then people can actually take the animals from the front as well, not just from the back. But again, maybe in future updates we get a little bit something like that. So as we continue over here in those little middle sections there, we're gonna add a little wall, as you can see right here. That eventually changes into doors, so we can go in and out. Like all the ideas always evolve as we continue to do builds. You know, that is one of the greatest things about when you're building and designing, is one idea leads you to another one, and usually it's a good thing, right? It's a really good thing. So over here I decided like I want to add a couple more doors in the back. First there were walls, because I figured it was too many stables and it looks too open, so I wanted to kind of divide it. So I did a little bit different, 2 in the front and more like 3 in the back in each side. I think that would look like really nice, just to like make it look different than the front and in the back. I always like sometimes to do that. It's good to also imitate it if you need to, but I like this a lot. So on the sides over here, this is where I'm imagining the walkway when we're gonna come in. So again, more wood over here. I can't wait to see if we get any dark tone woods, like those dark color of the wood, but in the wood in the wood pieces. That'd be great, you know, and any color that I can add in the future. Again, if the developers really get on board with the builder community, this game can really be an amazing thing. If you go to their Discord and see what people are building, I mean, come on. I mean, I'm doing this little thing over here and people are doing like crazy stuff that are so amazing, and that is what you need in a builders community, right? You need that passion of people that are building to really elevate what you can do in this game. Okay, so over here, I imagine I was gonna have a door openings on the side over here. So at first I thought that the half was a little too big of a gap, and then I made it smaller. But then a little down in the video, you're gonna see that I go back to the half wall, because then I feel like the opening was a little too small. So if you're watching this here and you're following along, keep the half wall. Trust me, keep the half wall, because you're gonna need to keep it. Okay. As you can see, was here, we're gonna go with the triangle pieces. Over here, we're gonna go up. So now we're creating a little bit of the roof area. This is gonna be important because we're gonna use different roof pieces to create the look over here. When it comes to the roof, of course, you're gonna use anything that you want in here. I mean, you can make this whole stable here out of the stone. You know, you can make the opposite, more stone and less wood. You can make it all stone, you can make it all wood. It's just depending. All these pillars over here that I did with the stone, the reason I kept it with the stone, because I want to keep everything the same height. If you want to go with doing it in the wood, and you are really good at going the extra work, putting a wall, raising things up, taking down the wall, and doing that extra work, then I'm gonna give you props right now, because you are committed to the best things that this game has to offer. But I'm a little lazy, let's just put it that way, so I use the stone pillars, so I can keep the same height, right? Okay, as you can see, we did it one side, we did it over there, we're doing the other side. Again, now we're doing kind of the same idea in the middle. Again, these wall pieces, all of this will be changed to the half wall, so I'm telling you that now. That way it saves you a little time if you're following, or give you that warning so you maybe skip ahead, you know. But if you want to follow along this way and then replace it, that is fine too. All right, so we're doing all the pieces. We put the wall, we put the triangle. Everything is looking great. Everything is working good. Now we're doing the whole middle run over here. Now, I love, again, like you can go through stuff like it just I love the building. The snapping is really good. The way everything works, I'm really proud of this team, you know. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of Power World, and I wish Power World had everything this game has right now when it comes to building, because we need it so badly. But this game really is giving me more than I ever thought, and I'm so happy about it. I'm so happy. I feel like if you work really hard and if you use your imagination, you can create amazing things, right? So over here, again, I'm leaving the spaces because this is where the roof is gonna go in. We're creating the little windows area in the roofing. Now, there is no way to get up here. This is more of a showpiece decorated. Now, if you really wanted to use this room, you can definitely put a ladder in the stable. I will almost say, if you really wanted to use the room upstairs and not just for decorated purposes, you can feel free and to make this a little bit wider, right? You can make the stables wider if you want. Now, I wanted to keep it skinny because I'm going with the design, with the towers and everything. But if you really wanted to make it a little more wider, you can, and then you can put like a stairs going up, or you can also add staircases outside and then leading to the top, and then maybe you want to do a little balcony and you can run. The ideas are endless. I mean, you can really take this build that I'm doing right here and push it to other limits and better designs. And if you do, please let me know, because I would love to see it. You know, tag me on a picture and I will definitely love to see it, to see what you do, so I can get inspired for future builds, because that is important. Okay, so here I'm using another roof pieces. You see, these roof pieces don't touch the wood of the triangle. So I'm hoping in the future, these wood pieces, this is something that developers will take notice. Maybe some people already mentioned it in their Discord, and they're like, hey, I want to keep everything wood, but I don't have this particular triangle piece. And now it is in the clay, but not in the wood. I didn't care for the clay. I did end up using it because it makes sense, but I would have preferred kind of keeping the wood, but also keeping this different roof textile, because it kind of remind me like more like a little in the western and the south. I don't know. It just had a nice look for the stable. I just felt like it looked better than the other roofing. But the triangle pieces are not there, so you really gotta work and change it. So what I was doing at first is changing it to the little triangle wood pieces, but eventually I did change all that and put the clay because it was bothering me that we had all those gaps. Now over here on the inside, I really want to fill in the gap again, because it does leave you, they're a little shorter. Again, they're not as inclined, so it didn't come out. If I use the other roof pieces, it would have come out okay, as you can see it right there, but that's not what I wanted. I wanted these roof pieces. So at first on the inside, I like how this looks, but on the outside, I was not too much fan because it looks like two double roofing. I don't think it looked good enough, but I left it. I was thinking about it. I added like some shelving over here. This is when I really want different tones of wood, because I think it's gonna help a lot, especially when you're using a lot of wood, to make things look different. I could have put clay, but the clay shells are very thick. It just doesn't fit the atmosphere. So again, I would love the same pieces, but in different colors, you know, especially on the different wood tones that's already in the game, but give us in those pieces, and it will really push our designs even better to better heights. When you're looking at it, it's gonna look really well. Okay, so on the roof, on the top over here, as you can see, I'm doing the little roofing. We got the little window. Those windows were a little too small. We're gonna change those windows. We're gonna do the door frames and then do the half wall. We're gonna create our own windows that are a little bit bigger and definitely looks a lot better. But again, if you like the little ones, or you wanna do the clay stuff, it's gonna be really up to you. And don't forget that always designing is very subjective. You know, what I like is not something that you're gonna like, and what you like is not something that I like. And that's the great thing about designing and decorating in this type of games, because we are all inspired in many different ways to create something beautiful. And again, we're here for inspiration. We're here to motivate one another and encourage one another to keep designing, right? because that is the most important part. And then design the way you like, use the pieces that you like, use the color that you like, use the plan, use everything that you like, because that is the best part when it comes to designing games. But as you can see over here, again, this is, I'm changing now all the triangles for the clay one. You know, again, I would prefer keeping it wood, but we can do it this way. It does looks better than having an empty space, stuff like that. As you can see, the top of the windows, not a fan. I just didn't know what to do, but something to click later, and I already mentioned it. Over here, I definitely didn't like the roof. I was like, I don't like that, but I do like all the dark tones that is gonna be here. So what I decided is using this piece over here to kind of let light in, right? We got the roof, rain's not coming in, this is a stable, and we kind of letting like extra light come in, like extra sunshine, and I really like this. Looks a lot better than having that other roof underneath, and it's still keeping that beautiful design. Now when we come over here, we're doing the little doors. Again, we're creating our own windows by doing the door frames over here, and then also adding the half wall. That looks really great. So now we're adding all the fencing in the front, we're gonna add fencing in the back. Now we're kind of shaping the things up, right? We're adding a little more detail here and there, making sure like the things that we want is working very well. Now this is when I started changing my mind. I'm not gonna do just staircases in the middle and staircases in the back. We're gonna kind of close that out, and no more stairs, it's only in the middle now. I kind of did a little stairway leading into the water. The state, if the animals want to drink, they got a whole waterfall in the back. So it actually worked out perfectly. It wasn't really, I didn't put this here because I wanted the animals to drink water back there, but it actually worked out. So it's a happy little accident, and accidents are good, right? Little happy accidents are always good. Now over here, this is when I decided I didn't want stairs, but I kind of decided, you know what, it'd be great to have doors to go in and out in different way. I don't need this many stables, different things. So again, instead of having just plain walls, I decided to go ahead and add doors over here. A really great way to go in and out. You imagine people working, maybe they're closer to this door, they can come back out, or lot. And then if you add decorations anywhere, you know, all your storage or stuff like that, you can add it all across the area. You can make this area feel very busy or very clean. It's just gonna be the aspect that you want. Over here, I'm kind of twisting and the stairs to, we have a better way to go in and out the stairs. So I took the fencing, and you see, and this is why I love the game, again, being able to clip the stairs in such a way like this, that it just looks beautiful. Like the more you play the game, the more you understand it, the more ways you decide, man, I can do this and I can do that. Again, I'm doing it over here because before you're like, okay, I need to touch the stairs, but the game does it beautifully, automatically, you know, once you put it correctly, and it just looks stunning. So now we're doing the same thing in here. We are actually adding the door frame, and then we're gonna add doors. So over here we got two, compared on the back that we got a few more. Just because it's the back side, I just wanted to look a little different. Over here is when we're adding this. I decided at first I was gonna keep it open, but I was like, you know what, I don't like the open look. It just doesn't feel just right. So we're adding this, adding one windows. I didn't like the window look, so I decided to go with this one. I just felt like windows, I don't know, it just didn't fit the vibe that I wanted to go. So we're going here. Over here, I also kind of flipped the top, and I wanted the outside to have a little more instead of just the wood. So it's really cool. It's really cool. These panels you can put in either way, and one way it has more detail, the other way is more flat, just depending on what you are trying to do. Now over here, I decided that I wanted to take all these stone pillars down. Something wasn't clicking anymore. I felt like, okay, I think the stone are a little too busy, so we did it like halfway, and it felt really nice. But I really wanted to keep the dark, the little kind of like the beam idea, right? And as you can see right here, this is why we need the stone pillars, but that we don't in wood, so we don't have to go through this, because it's really hard. It's really hard to get at the same height. I heard people put out wall, kind of use the wall measurement, but it is still really hard. And then it moves to the side. This is great for free build, you know, and it doesn't work too bad right here, but it will definitely save you more time if we have them already preset and let us pick the height, you know, that we want. You put 2 is equal to a wall. So I would like that in wood. I think that would be great. But as you can see here, now this section right here have been able to do this. This is really nice, and it's a really great mechanic. And again, I don't want this to go away. I want this to stay. So as you can see here, I did change the beam to a little lighter color. That way we have a little contrast between the back and the front, because at first all dark will look good, but I couldn't see it. So I decided, you know what, let me match the wood, and let's create this kind of depth effect right over here. Okay, so now in here, you can go both ways. You can keep it the way I had it, nice and flat. Is you like it? That is great. I feel like it needed a little bit of something, so we added a little bit of curves. We're gonna put the on the bottom, and then we're gonna put some planters on the top. We're gonna plant some flowers just to bring a little color up there. Again, all of this is very subjective, just depending if you like it or not. I decided that I wanted a little bit more than just a big square, so we're adding a little round right over here just to make it feel good. Again, we're adding some planters, and over here, man, you can do whatever plant, seed, anything that you want, color this, it doesn't matter. Add whatever you want, and that's gonna be really good. Now on the outside here, I started working, and I wanted to do, okay, how I'm gonna fence this in this little land, and it took me a moment. I went through a lot of trials and error trying to find something that I like. So all of those, of course, I deleted, and then I found this idea, and this idea led me to the other by using the actual feeders as the fencing. Well, not feeders, the planters, sorry, the planters as the actual fencing, and then adding the foundation underneath and create something here. Again, I can go all the way out because then we have too many floating ones. So we're doing a little edge work, and then we're gonna use the stone planters. Now, once I put this foundation that I really like, the stone planters were a little too high. I don't know, it just didn't click, and it was hiding too much on the fence in the back, in the front of the area. So and I wanted to see a little bit more. So you're gonna see that I'm gonna replace now the stone planters with the wood one, and then we're gonna create this beautiful display, and I think it actually worked out really well. But if you like everything in stone, keep it all in stone, it's gonna work out for you. So I'm just trying to add the other ones. I want to list both sides to be equal, right? And then we're actually gonna put some stuff in the bottom to make some support, right? So that is what we're gonna try to do. So as you can see right here, I'm doing my first thing. Then I tested the little one. I was like, you know what, this looks really nice. So let me take out all the little ones, let me put them like this. Do I like this more? And I was like, you know what, I kind of like it, because it kind of gives you the planter and then a little bit separation between the deck of the stable, and it gives you that little gap. That I think that gap looks really nice. So I was like, you know what, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it like that. If you like the stone planters, just use those, you know. Or if you like more the rustic look, use that too. But I like this too. Then we planted all the crops that's gonna be here. We're gonna put a little fencing, just outlining here, because I still feel like it's like it needs something. It just feels like a drop off. So by putting the fence here, it looks great, and in a way we are utilizing the whole aspect and space of the island. And now we got this area where all the animals can hang out, right? Now this is when, again, this is what I told you earlier, now I feel like I need more of a bigger opening. So really easy, you put the half wall, and then on the roofing, instead of using the roofing there where we're using the big one there, what we want to do is use the smaller one that will attach to the half wall, basically kind of like the half roof, like you see right here. And once we click it on, bam bam, and then now you got this more bigger opening. It feels better, you can breathe better, and kind of you can see through it. It just feels better. And again, that was original had it, but then I decided that it was too big, and now I feel like it's perfect. So again, designing, very subjective. You may like the smaller opening, or you may like the bigger, or maybe you want an actual wall and you don't want to have no ending, or maybe you want doors, you know, and you can kind of do the manual, make it right in the middle, and then put half walls on the side, and then you have like a door going in and out. I wanted to keep it open. I felt like that was it feels better if I keep it open. So it's gonna be up to you again. But now we gotta redo. I had to like undo everything that I did with the big pieces and do it now for the half wall and the half roof. And then again, that means I gotta undo the front. That means that we kind of keep just those little bases over there, because now it's a lot shorter. But everything worked out great. I really like the feel. I really like the way this is coming out. I'm very happy having a place where all the animals, as you gather in, you can leave them here. Again, it's not a big building. I do feel like if you wanted to go smaller, you can. There's a whole chunk that you can kind of cut out, like especially just keep it all to the first one, and then the first window on the top, and then you can cut it and you have something smaller. But we're gonna do the final walkthrough. I did a little bit of decorating. I added some lights, added some vines here and there. We added hay on the actual feeders that we actually put down, and you know, and you will see some of the animals around here walking around. I do feel like it looks really cool. I put some like those bird feeders or bird something. It looks really nice. You can see how like the goats are walking on top of all the crops, and then you get the view of the beautiful tower over there. And we've been working on the big airship that crash landed here a long time ago that we still need to finish. It's just still like an unfinished project, but we still need to finish. That's a big one. And we'll be doing a live stream, of course. But you see here, I put some kind of like at the end, some just kind of like little decoration, very simple. I'm very I don't like a lot of clutter in real life, so my decorations are very minimal. I'm not the type to do a lot of clutter in real life, so it's really hard for me to do that in game. So I like things very organized. But as you can see, a little clutter, not clutter, but kind of a little storage inside. And I like when you look inside the barn, you can see the animals, right? I think that looks really good. You see the lamp that I went with. I put some vines right here in the entryway. Feel like it's kind of like growing inside. I think that looks really nice. You see the lighting on the top and the shelving, as you can see on both sides, where the feeders are right on top of it. We put again a little more storage. Now, yeah, you can do different storage. We got the chest, we got this one, and we got the other one, so different colors. And you can put pottery. There is more stuff that I could put it, but again, I go more with that clean look. Over here, I added some vines again on the outside, a little bit on the entryway, like the vines from the towers are falling, the seeds are falling into the stables, right? And all of that. Now, you saw that rope at the end. Again, I didn't put doors, but I needed to put that rope because the animals kept wanting to wander away. And I want them to stay here. This is what I want, right? Stay here. So we put a rope. Again, if we had a little, like, I would love like a little gate or something. It'd just be nice so you don't have to jump. A little gate, halfway gate, you go in and out. Ooh, it'd be so nice. Just for us, not for the animals, right? Giving you another look right over here, how everything's looking from the back. Again, we added all the lights, little decorations. I got more vines on this side. You see the tower back there. You see the other stuff that we've been working on the side. And I think this is working really nice. I hope that you all like it. You see the storage on this side is a little bit different. I used the other pieces. And then you come up back here. Look at the goat on the water. It's a hot day. It's cooling down, you know, kind of really enjoying everything down here. So, you know, it's good. It's refreshing, right? But it's really cool to be able to get over here and see all this beautiful water, a way to go down, and the animals can enjoy it. They all can be there at one point. You never know when they're gonna be there. But I really enjoy building this. I had a lot of fun building this, learning new ways to approach the game, understanding the mechanics. I know I still have a lot to learn, a lot to practice, a lot to try to understand how to work on things to make them more of a reality when it comes to the game. And again, I can't wait for the first update. Developers, when are we gonna drop that? Because I would love to get super excited about new stuff and keep thinking about what we can do. But yeah, but this is the stable. We have a little area front and back, water in the back, a little play area in the front, and now we got everything here. Here's a little air view if you were flying coming towards the island, right? You can see that I put like roof pieces on the bottom of the stone, just a little area, so that way it just feels like there's some support, right? I do believe like it's to me it's important to make things as real as possible. That is my style of building and designing. The more real it feels, then the better I feel like it is. So we're gonna get here, we're gonna land in our beautiful glider tower where we take off and come in and now hang our gliders and then walk down the tower and get all the way down. A little view from on the top. I think this looks really good. If you have the space, you can literally do a little section in the front and in the back too. There's so many ways you can approach this idea, but I just hope that you enjoyed it. I hope this has inspired you. I hope that this makes you think in a whole different level what you can do in Aloft, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you want to see more videos, and I'll see you all on the next one. All right, guys, see you later. Bye.